Rasul ﷺ says in this hadith, the Qur'an is ma'dubatullah. It is the meal that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is providing you. You know what a meal means? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is inviting you. You're His guest. Okay? You're His guest. Listen. And what He's putting on the table for you, what's the meal that He's offering you, is the Qur'an al-Karim. When you're invited at someone's house, they provide you with the best that they have, and you eat it. You absorb it. It goes into your system. It nourishes your body. It's the nutrition that makes you alive. It gets into your blood system. It makes your body float. It makes you go up and down and all that. Don't eat too much, you'll get fat. But that's what makes you survive. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, my meal to you, since you are my guest, is the Qur'an al-Karim. That's the meal. So he said, so learn from the meal as much as you can. There's no limits how much you can take. It's an open buffet. You're coming and you're taking whatever you want. There's no illness whatsoever. No high blood pressure, no diabetes, no cholesterol, no whatsoever. Eat as much as you can. How? By learning. فَتَعَلَّمُوا مِنْ مَأْدُبَةُ اللَّهِ مَا اسْتَطَعْتُمْ. For this Qur'an is hablullah. It's the rope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keeps you connected and linked to Him. In fact, there's a hadith. There's a hadith, subhanAllah, in Sunan al-Imam Ahmad, where he said, the Qur'an is hablullah. Allah is holding on one side of it, and you hold on to the other. You grab on, He's grabbing on one side of this rope, and you grab on the other side. Now imagine if this is the rope, the brother is holding there, and we're holding here. That's the link. وَلَا يُمَثَّلُ عَلَى اللَّهِ شَيْئًا فَلَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٌ وَهُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْبَصِيرُ. You don't make examples of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but we're talking about the rope. In the hadith, He's holding on one side, and you hold on the other. If you let go, then you have no link with Him. No connection whatsoever. For as long as you're holding on to the Qur'an al-Karim, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is holding on to you. فَوَحَبْلُ اللَّهِ الْمَتِينَ. And He said mateen means thick. It can't break. As long as you can hang on it. Hang on it and you'll survive. You can lean on it. Instead of singing, lean on me. No, lean on that. Yeah, see, all of you know about it, don't you? Huh? Gotcha. But you hold on to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's rope and you'll survive. هُوَ حَبْلُ اللَّهِ الْمَتِينَ وَهُوَ النُّورُ الشَّافِي. It is the light that cures. You know, I sat thinking about this. Why would the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam say النور الشافي؟ يعني لما يقول الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم نور الشافي؟ هل في النور شفاء؟ Is there any cure in light? Do you know what keeps the oxygen going? Oh, what happened? Brother Abdihakim, she didn't say that one? If it wasn't for the sun, would we have any kind of oxygen? No. What keeps our oxygen going is the sun, the light, the rays of the sun. If Earth was all dark, night all the time, we'll run out of oxygen. We won't have any more. You understand? So it's that cure. It kills the germs. You know, in fact, even in fiqh they say whatever the sun burns, it's cured. I mean, it's pure. فَهُوَ طَاهِرٌ مَا لَامَسَتْهُ الشَّمْسُ فَقَدْ طَهُرٌ. Whatever the sun touches is cured. This Qur'an al-Karim is the light that cures us. Otherwise we're dark, we're sick, we're ill, we can't function. If this Qur'an al-Karim does not enter in our house, you know what our example is? The Rasul ﷺ says in the hadith, he said the example of a person that does not have Qur'an within him is like a haunted house. It's like an empty haunted house. Imagine living in an empty haunted house. Scary, isn't it? Huh? Especially the sisters. Imagine you're sleeping and then you hear. Yesterday we were invited for dinner at Dr. Hatim's house. And he lives all the way across where the KKK is. Serious. And then when we were walking out of the house, one of the brothers said, man, he has a lot of insects here. I said, that's not my concern. My concern is just being here. It's a no man's land. Imagine living in a house that's haunted. There's a lot of jinn in there. A person that doesn't have Qur'an al-Kareem, there's no peace coming from him. He's scary. He's like a haunted house. All you hear from him is squeals. Ooh. That's exactly what that person is, subhanAllah. But the Qur'an al-Kareem brings peace, comfort. You relate to that person, subhanAllah. As soon as you look at his face, you know he has something good. تَعْرِفُهُمْ بِسِيمَاهُمْ. You would know them just by the look. SubhanAllah. You can notice a Muslim. We come from countries, sometimes there's Muslims and non-Muslims, right? Some countries have Muslims and Christians, like Ethiopia. In Somalia, in Yemen, we have Jews. Allahu Akbar. You would know. You would see this is a Muslim. You know this one is not. Just by the look at their faces. Some are brothers that embraced Islam. You can see the difference in their face as quick as La ilaha illallah is being said on their face. Nurul imani fil wajh. This Qur'an al-Kareem is a nurul shafi. It's the light as well as the cure. Fihi shifa'un ish linnas. قد أنزلنا إليكم نورا مبينا يهدي به الله من اتبع رضوانه سبل السلام. يهدي به الله من اتبع نور السلام. يعني نور السلام أي the path of peace, the enlightenment of peace. يهدي به الله من اتبع رضوانه سبل السلام. Subhanallah. Not just He guides you, but He guides you in enlightenment and in peace. That's what the Qur'an al-Kareem is. Most of our problems is that we're trying to flashlight our own way, and our flashlights are not energized batteries. The only thing that can keep on going and going and going and going and going and going and going is the Qur'an al-Kareem. قل لو كانت البحور يعني حبرا والخشب كلها والأشجار أقلاما لنفدت قبل أن تنفد كلمات الله. ولو كان البحر مدادا لكلمات ربي لنفد البحر قبل أن تنفد كلمات ربي ولو جئنا بمثله مددا. Even if it's multiplied. The only thing that can continue to guide you on the way to where there's no darkness and no battery dies is this Qur'an al-Kareem. Subhanallah al-Azim. For the Qur'an will survive for as long as Muslims are surviving. You understand? وَقَالْ وَنَجَاةٌ لِمَنْ تَبَعَهُ. And it's also salvation for those who follow it. Y'all know what the salvation means? Now, if you ever hear, sermons in Christians, they always talk about salvation, 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 salvation. It took me a long time to understand what salvation means. I thought it was like salvation being, in those Lost World on TVs, and then you survivors. It's najat. It's salvation within. It's for you to feel that you exist. That you exist. That you find at the end of the tunnel light. That you find that this Qur'an al-Kareem is lifting you. Lifting you to where you don't get lost. To where at the end, you're victorious over your own self and victorious over everything else. وَنَجَاةٌ لِمَنْ تَبِعَهُ. If you don't follow it, you're not successful. You can't be successful. There is no Muslim that can be successful in this dunya without the Qur'an al-Kareem. Umar ibn al-Khattab, he said in one of his statements, all of you know it. You all know it, right? So I don't have to say it. قال إن الله أعزنا بهذا الدين فإن ابتغينا العزة بغيره أذلنا الله. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us the honor within this deen. And if we're to seek an honor from other than this deen, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will humiliate us.